I just told the team there's a fine line between drinking wine and squashing grapes in our business, and that's an example of it. That ball's on the ground right there in the red area, and that's the difference. I want to congratulate Dallas, man. I want to compliment our guys on their efforts. It was a hard-fought game tonight, but it's nothing mystical about the.
Justin, these slow starts have been a recurring theme with this team. What do you think it is that's holding you guys back, and how frustrating is it that it is something that's popping up week after week?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely frustrating, but it's just ourselves, to be honest with you.
What are the issues stemming that you guys see on third down as far as execution or opportunities? Is it kind of different things, or is there a central thing that you guys aren't pulling together in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, penalties make it hard, especially when you're in third and manageable, third and short. If we get those penalties, make it, third and 10 or third and longer, whatever it is. Of course, that's going to make it harder. And yeah, I mean, that's it. There was one third down where O-line protected well. I got the snap and the ball was wet. Kyle was over the middle, so I mean, that's on nobody but me at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, but I think the recurring thing is just shooting ourselves in the foot, penalties, false starts, and stuff like that, and it just comes down to execution. So yeah.
Justin, why was it difficult to get George more involved in the offense?
You said why was it more difficult?
You guys get him more involved.
Yeah, Trevon, he's traveled with GP a little bit, and he's a good corner. But GP's also a good receiver, so he just didn't get involved as he usually does today. So yeah.
As an offense, how frustrating is it when the defense forces 3 turnovers, gets 3 stops, and you don't get any points out of that? How much does that hurt a team?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly doesn't help, when our defense gets takeaways and we don't capitalize off of those. So, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you don't really have to explain it at the end of the day. So it's just capitalizing and taking advantage of those opportunities when the defense does get us the ball back.
One of the talking points coming into the week was you guys had a lot of tape of them with Parsons and Lawrence, but then they were subtracted due to injury. You talked about it during the week, being ready for the double-A gap pressure it like to bring. How did you feel like you guys adjusted to what you might not have known about Dallas's defense coming into this one?
I think we saw it. I think we held up. Well, I don't think they did anything too crazy, to be honest with you. Yeah, but I think we were prepared protection-wise for the double-A stuff, for sure.
You guys broke some tendencies and took some shots on first down this week. Do you feel like if you maybe hit 1 or 2 of those that the offense would have got going a little bit earlier?
Most definitely. The leak to Connor, probably 6 inches away from a big play. And, there were some more mixed in for sure. But, of course, explosive plays also, will always help the offense get going and definitely kind of get the offense in a rhythm for sure.
Was that one to Darnell? Was that supposed to be like a back shoulder throw, or what was the?
Yeah, I think I just threw it too high, to be honest. He's a big body. 28 was pretty tight in coverage, but he didn't have eyes back, so I probably could have put it lower. And the worst thing would have happened was a DPI or incomplete pass, which it was. So I just got to give him more of a chance on that. I told him that.
Justin, do you feel like this offense knows what its identity is or has its identity right now, or do you think that's still forming?
No, I think we have our identity.
What is that identity?
What are the identity options in football? I've never heard of a team having an identity. I think we have an identity. I just don't know, what it is. Like, I never heard necessarily an option for, an identity. I think we ran the ball well today. Like I said, I think we just missed shots and, shot ourselves in the foot again. So, I don't think, we're one of those teams looking for our identity. I think we know who we are. We're a team that, predicates on, running the football and staying on schedule on first and second down and then executing on third down, but we just didn't, get the job done. So I don't know the word to, necessarily label the identity, but those are some, intangibles and characteristics of, who we are as an offense.
You get pulled out of the game. Does the official come to you? How did that go?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I told the official I was fine, and then I guess somebody from upstairs told him to, pull me out and checked me out. I felt like I didn't even get hit in the head, to be honest with you, but just following protocol at the end of the day.
Anyone else?
Is it frustrating to just have those situations, you talk about, shoot yourself in the foot and those kind of different things and, slow starts and things like that? Is that just kind of frustrating as an offense?
Most definitely.
All right.
Appreciate you.
TJ, what made them so difficult to get off the field on third down?
They obviously executed well and made plays in moments where plays needed to be made, and we weren't able to get off the field. And there was a stretch there where they were able to run the ball on us, and that's kind of what led to those long drives. I think there were 14 to 16 play drives, something like that. And obviously, when numbers are limited, it's just a long time to be out in the field. And tip the cap to those guys. They had a great game plan and they executed better than we did.
An injury to Nick. Just see Jeremiah step up in his first game, his debut.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to watch the film on how Moon did, but he's prepared really well since he's been here, and it's the next man up mentality. It always has been.
TJ, with the delay to start the game, what does that do for you guys from a player's perspective?
No, I just have to stay locked in. Mike T does a great job of in training camp putting us in those types of situations so that when it happens, I mean, I didn't even think we had one in the preseason this year, so we have to understand that both sides deal with it, and I feel like we handled it well.
TJ, end of the game, that ball's on the ground. Did you feel like you guys had a chance to get that fumble? Is that one of those plays that you look back on? Mike was saying games are decided by inches. Is that?
Yeah, it's these games in the NFL are so close. It could be one play here or there, but obviously there's a collection of work, a whole body of work that we're gonna have to go back and look at, and it didn't come down to just one play tonight.
Anything else?
You got to 100 sacks, and your brother was running around about getting to the club and buying him a new car. I know it's awkward, but how do you expect your brother to react about your milestone?
I don't know. I look forward to talking to him at some point this week, but like I said all along, especially this year, it's not about individual accolades. It's all about wanting to win, and tonight we didn't do enough to get it done.
That being said, back-to-back losses, what's the message to the team? I mean, it's still early in the season.
Well, we just need to get back to work.
Tomlin said that miscommunication's kind of been a key to the, mishaps throughout the last two games. Any way to fix that, or how do you guys approach that?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll come up with a plan after we watch the film. Obviously, when the home environment is as loud as it is, that always creates a challenge for defenses, but we can't make excuses. We just need to move forward and put out a better product.
Good. All right.
Thanks, guys.
I just told the team there's a fine line between drinking wine and squashing grapes in our business, and that's an example of it. That ball's on the ground right there in the red area, and that's the difference. I want to congratulate Dallas, man. I want to compliment our guys on their efforts. It was a hard-fought game tonight, but it's nothing mystical about the outcome. I just thought we didn't do enough over 60 minutes to position ourselves. Specifically, I thought we started slow offensively, and I thought it was self-inflicted wounds, penalties and things of that nature to get us off schedule. I didn't think we were as connected as we should have been defensively in some moments in the first half. Didn't necessarily manifest itself in the terms of points, but it was some field positional flipping like chunks and things of that nature. I thought we settled down and cleaned some of that up over the second half, but obviously when you're playing a good team, and particularly a guy like Dak Prescott, man, you're in tight ball games, he ends up with the ball last, you got a chance to lose, and that's really just a synopsis of what transpired. Had some injuries in play. Nick Herbert got a hamstring. DeMarvin Leal had a neck injury of some kind that's being evaluated. Don't have a lot of information on that. And that's where it is. I'll pause and open up for questions.
Mike, what kept your offense from being able to turn those turnovers and stops into points and sustaining those drives?
Some of it was lack of execution by us. Some of it was top quality execution by them. We own it. We got to be better. You +3 in some of those instances, man. It shouldn't come down to that. So we didn't do a lot of things well enough to secure victory, no doubt.
Mike, were the down and distance, why the struggles for a second week on third down on defense?
You know, I just thought early on, man, I didn't think that we were connected enough from a communication standpoint. They paced us a little bit, but a lot of that's got to do with Dak. You know, he's a veteran guy. He's good in those moments.
Mike, George Pickens wasn't one of your higher snap players on offense. There was a whole series where he was on the bench in the second half. What went into that?
You know, we just wanted to kind of minimize his reps in an effort to get more productivity. You know, we just trying to rep manage in terms of the totality of the big picture. He wasn't less of a focal point in terms of our intentions of what we wanted to do offensively, but we did want to cut his reps a little bit in an effort to get higher quality play, just in general.
Was he not playing up to the quality that you wanted from him?
It's no different than we minimize some of the snaps of D linemen like Cam Hayward and so forth, man. It's just about snap management. It's no underlying story, to be quite honest with you.
It seemed like Beanie was getting targeted by Dak throughout the game. What did you see from his performance tonight?
You know, I think we all know that Beanie's going to get targeted, and I think Beanie knows he's going to get targeted, man. He's a young guy, you know, in the huddle. Such as life in the NFL as a defensive back.
They had struggled to run the ball. What do you feel like they were able to do to get on track against you guys?
You know, as he mentioned, you know, we had to allocate a certain number of people in the passing game, and so that's the cat and mouse strategic component of play that kind of goes down in good close football games.
Anyone else?
What's your mindset about taking the last time out on defense there?
You know, just trying to win the game, man. Wanted to gather some information, see the structure that they came out in, get ourselves in the right call. It was a fourth down play. No hesitation about that. We had an opportunity to win that game right there, forget what comes after. And so we took a timeout, we communicated, we got in a call that we liked, and they won the down.
In general, are you thinking, you know, when it gets under a certain amount of time on the clock, you're much more likely to win the game on defense than you would be no matter how many timeouts you'd save for offense?
It was a fourth down play. The game was right there.
Anyone else? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.